Hey guys, I'm back and we are playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I'm going to be doing a couple drop stream. I'm going to be checking out a blueprint that you can earn for free. This is from the Boys Collab events. This is the third event for Season 1's Modern Warfare 3 collab. Let's go ahead and check out what needs to be done and what you can get from it. So this is the third event, the Boys Supe Siege event in the Modern Warfare 3 collab, at least for Season 1. There are various challenges with rewards tied to them. And once you complete the 6 challenges, you'll earn the Mastery Reward Blueprint, the Boys Special for the TAQ Eradicator. So that's what the event is like and what you need to do to earn the reward. Let's go through the challenges quickly and see what needs to be done. For all the challenges, there are 2 sets. One is a Warzone challenge and one's a multiplayer challenge. You can do either for each tier, like either the Warzone one or the multiplayer one, and then you'll earn and complete that said tier. Like I said, you do need to complete all 6 tiers, but you don't need to do it all in the same mode. Just pick and choose which challenge you prefer in whichever mode and complete those specific ones so you can complete the 6 tiers. For multiplayer, the calling card challenge, you need to get a heat vision kill in the boys mode, which is the souped up mode. This one is done by collecting the temp V things and then running around, and you get those power-ups. Once you've collected enough of the temp V things without dying, you will get the heat vision ability as a streak sort of thing. And as long as you get a kill with that heat vision, you will complete this challenge. For Warzone, you need to get 5 operator kills with sniper rifles. For the emblem, you need to deactivate 20 pieces of equipment using the DDoS equipment field upgrade. So equip the DDoS field upgrade and then utilize it. This challenge was a little buggy when I did it. It just was very generous with its tracking. Let's just put it that way. So it was very easy to complete, even though it seems like kind of an annoying challenge. Should they fix the bugginess to it and it becomes that annoying where you do need to like deactivate equipment only, maybe do this in shipment if you insist on doing the multiplayer challenge. Shipment using the DDoS will pretty much encompass the whole map considering how small it is. And people tend to put trophy systems around, and also you will get ticks to the challenge by utilizing it. If they do fix the challenge, honestly, the Warzone challenge is a lot easier. You just need to make 15 purchases at buy stations in Warzone. In Plunder, something that'd be pretty easy to do. But like I said, at the moment, the challenge is kind of tracking in a generous way. So you can kind of do it if they haven't yet fixed it just yet. For the Battle Pass challenge, you need to get 45 operator kills using the MTZ-762 battle rifle. So you want to equip that specific battle rifle and just utilize it wherever you want in multiplayer. The only challenge that requires you to play the souped up mode is the first one. The remaining 5 challenges after that can be done in any mode you choose. So pick your mode, and as long as you're completing the task, you should be making progress towards the challenge. In Warzone, you need to get 15 operator kills using a marksman rifle. So in this case, in Warzone, you want to use a marksman rifle, but it's your own choice which marksman rifle. So player's choice with the marksman rifle in Warzone. For the large decal, you need to get 2 operator kills in a single life with the overkill vest equipped 5 times. So a 2 streak, and just make sure you have the overkill vest equipped as one of your perk things or whatever the thing, vest things, and do that 5 times. It's a pretty simple challenge. Shouldn't cause too much trouble as long as you've got the correct vest equipped. In Warzone, get 10 operator headshot kills. So that's the challenge. And then for the charm, you need to get 15 operator akimbo kills. So there's plenty of weapons that allow you to akimbo them as with the attachments. The WSP Swarm has the aftermarket part that allows you to akimbo it. The handguns have like grips that allow you to akimbo them. So akimbo, build your weapon, and get some eliminations with that to complete this challenge. And in Warzone, loot 30 supply boxes. So as long as you're looting up in a Warzone, any which mode, I presume, as long as you're playing the game and searching for them various boxes to loot up, you can complete this challenge pretty easily. For the consumable XP token, you need to get 7 operator kills with the lethal equipment in multiplayer. So you're gonna want to use your grenades, Simtexes, or claymores, proxy mines, throwing knives. All of that stuff is your lethal equipment and will track towards this challenge. And in Warzone, you want to win 3 Gulag matches. So this one will require you playing one of the BR playlists, either solo, duo, trios, or whatever. But specifically the BR mode without the resurgence option. So you can, if you die or get eliminated, you will get that Gulag opportunity, and you want to try to win those. Obviously, in Resurgence and Plunder, you don't have the Gulag, so you won't be able to do them in those modes, right? So just, like I said, complete the 6 challenges, pick whichever mode you want, multiplayer, Warzone, for each tier, and complete them. Just a heads up for the Warzone challenges that require, eliminating enemies in particular. It's usually the finishing blow that counts for that challenge. So just make sure whatever the required task is, the finishing blow is what is utilized to complete the task. Like headshots, make sure the finishing blow is the headshot, right? By completing the 6 tiers, you will unlock the mastery reward, the Boys Special blueprint. Let's go ahead and take a peek at it. The Boys Special TAQ Eradicator blueprint. Let's play the preview animation and get a closer look. Dude, I've done so many takes on this stupid stream. It's not a good gun. It's not a good build. Visually, it looks good. I'll give it that much. But I am struggling to get anything out of it, honestly. Even my build, when I did a whole stream and then I was just not happy with it, so I decided to do another take on it. Even my build and all is this gun is just weak, it feels like, man. Am I wrong about that or something? Because the gun doesn't feel great. It's just not a great, and this build is particularly bad. That being said, though, there is usefulness to this build. Based on the way it's built, it would be actually useful to take out streaks. So taking out the VTOLs or choppers, it is actually a decent build for that. But beyond that, it's not particularly built very well. And generally, I don't really like this TAQ Eradicator, it looks like, based on the gameplay that I've been trying to get out of it. Visually, it's a nice looking blueprint. At least there's that, right? So the blueprint comes with 3 attachments and 2 open slots to do with as you please. You get the Steer 45 Sky Fury Compensator L, which is a recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed. The 7.62 by 51 mm incendiary rounds, which is incendiary damage, vehicle damage at the cost of bullet velocity, damage range, and bullet penetration. This is the attachment that's useful for streak takedowns, but I think it's harming the gun in so many ways for regular gunfights against operators. Then the 150 round drum, magazine ammo capacity at the cost of movement speed or reload quickness, aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire are the cons. So a lot of cons for a much bigger magazine. So those are the 3 attachments. Let's go ahead and see what different attachments look like if you decide to change things around. Muzzle attachments. Underbarrels. The last 2 blueprints, this one and the previous one, are the reason I don't want to cover blueprints anymore in this game. I genuinely might stop doing them. I just don't like using them. It's just become kind of more of a burden to utilize guns that are garbage and builds that are even more garbage. And unfortunately, these last two like blueprints that I've checked out have been that category. Like I like covering the camos. Like even when I do badly with the camo like streams, I don't mind doing retakes for them because like it's the guns I like to use. So I'm like happy using them and it's fun to use. So that's why universal camos are like tend to be like more interesting rewards for me, and I actually enjoy checking them out. I've been debating on stopping these like blueprint streams. Like I just don't like doing them. And it's been for a while. It's been for a while I don't like doing them. Like I used to like torture myself in Cold War. We'll get to it. I'll talk about it afterwards. Well, the stock attachments, you do sort of lose the blueprint a little bit. I used to torture myself in like Cold War, where I would check out every single like blueprint in the battle pass, every battle pass. We would do short streams, but I would play with them the way that you get them. And I hated those streams, so I stopped doing those. And honestly, I don't really like doing these streams either. It's sort of ruined the game for me, like because like these builds are so shit, dude, honestly. Did we check out the underbarrels? I think we did. Like even my builds for some of these weaker guns are still like, doesn't change the fact that they're weak guns, right? So yeah, that was the build the way you get it. This is the stats for it. And Cold War was similarly infested with hackers, so it made it even more annoying to use like shitty weaponry. This is the camo coverage for this blueprint. Yeah, it's kind of interesting camo coverage. Some take over the blueprint, but retain the boys logo and those white and the stars and all that. Whereas some of them kind of cover it up, but you can sort of see it, but retain the metallic blue front. So yeah, you might want to check out the base camos to see which ones look best for making it look more unique for yourself. Unfortunately, the mastery camos take over the whole blueprint. So it's sort of cool camo coverage with base camos, not so cool with mastery. Yep. Zombie base camos again look very cool. Like these two look really good. And mastery camos are similarly disappointing, like the multiplayer. These are the solid color camos. It sort of glitches out sometimes and shows the logo, but those are just glitches. Those aren't like really what it is. There are some solid colors where you can see the logo still. All right, let's torture myself and try to get something out of this after multiple attempts. Something out of this nonsense. Like, before, my argument for like doing these streams were like, at least it gives me something to do in the game, you know? And sometimes it is like a pleasant surprise. Sometimes the builds have pleasantly surprised me, like, oh, that's kind of cool, you know? And I do like trying out the guest builds because that gives me an opportunity to try out someone else's build to see how I can adjust my own build to better it. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't work out. Like sometimes they're okay builds, sometimes they're not, right? So like there's elements to the stream that I do enjoy. But for the most part, I actually think like the blueprints and I do think the blueprints are like a shitty reward, the way they do it in this game. I think I'd be more inclined to enjoy doing blueprint streams if you could just build it any which way you want and you'll still maintain the blueprint in a decent way, right? That way, like, oh, if I change around the attachments to like make my build, it still looks good and it still retains the blueprint the way it should look. But that's usually not the case, especially not the case in like Cold War. I mean, in this Call of Duty. So it's like, man, do I really want to be doing this trash? The other part of me just wants to start playing games, stream games, just me playing it. But I know like that's not a particularly popular with my streams. Like me just playing the game, that's usually not particularly popular. I don't get views for that shit. This is like a horrible map for this gun. I might just back out. I'm just backing out. This is not gonna. This map won't play well with this gun. I just need to find a map where I can stay still. You know what? We'll definitely play one game of Rust and Shipment, maybe two. But at least the first game, let's try to get like a regular map. But yeah, I think this might, like, I think I'm mentally convincing myself that rewards like this aren't worth it anymore. Checking out. And you know the sad part about the thing, okay, like with Cold War, even though I used to hate those streams, like me checking out the blueprints for every single Battle Pass blueprint, right? I didn't like them. At least I tried out those blueprints. Nowadays, I don't... Similar to before, even. Before that and nowadays, I won't even look at the blueprints I get from the Battle Pass. I honestly don't know which ones I got from them. I never use them. There's like zero value to them. Like, I don't think I'll even use them, honestly. And this is like 130 ping. Brilliant. Yeah, we'll just stick it out. Unless... Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. And it's not just COD though. Like, I don't really like doing them for like Battlefield either. But at least Battlefield, I'll tell you one thing about Battlefield, is for not all of them, but some of the like kind of skins that you get from Battlefield, they do actually, like if you change attachments, even though it's not a big like connecting factor, some of them do actually retain the like skins if you change attachments around. Like it's not like a massive connecting factor in some of them, but they do. So like you don't like, and the way that plus system works is you can sort of go into the match with the, like the build that, you know, for the thing, but the minute you're actually in a gunfight, you just change around the attachments and you're good to go for like the way. The problem with Battlefield, the reason I don't really like doing the Battlefield like skin streams is because I haven't leveled up all the guns there, so I'm not like super familiar with most of them. So I like don't really like using all of them. But that applies here too, man. Like I'm not enjoying using this gun. I don't know why I'm checking it out. I don't know. I've just been thinking about some of this stuff. Like what actually I enjoy covering and all. And like I said, it got me doing something, at least in COD, right? Checking out those blueprints. I can definitely see myself, like, if I stop checking out these blueprints, then there's like no reason to jump onto COD. Like today, is there any reason to play COD for me? No, there isn't. I've max leveled my rank. I've finished the battle pass. I've completed the event. There's nothing for me to do right now in multiplayer. Why is this match started and it's not putting me in it? And then to top it off, like some of these streams, like, dude, like some of the downtime that goes behind, like just connecting to a match pisses me off. Like, yeah, I could probably edit that out and just make a short video of the highlights and I'll look like decent at the game, right? But I don't want to do that. Lazy. I don't want to make videos. I like doing a stream. But yeah, downtime pisses me off, man. And so many of these games have so much fucking downtime between matches and shit. Yeah, we're not playing that either. Look at the map selection that they put me in, man. Like, I feel like doing the whole intro again because so much time has been wasted between just trying to get into this first match. It sounds like sounds like I'm whining, right? It is sort of me whining. But it's more of a criticism to the game and the garbage they give us in the game, in reality. Blueprints and the way they have it in this game are just dog shit. That's just what I'm getting at. Right? Like, they're just not good rewards the way they have it in this game. They're just trash. The stuff I've earned in the Battle Pass, the...
Two objectives. The enemy took Charlie. We're taking Charlie. Securing objective Charlie.
I think I might just do my advice. I'm just gonna delete this stream and stop covering this crap. Maybe.
We're losing Charlie. Objective Charlie is compromised. We're taking Alpha. Securing objective Alpha. We control Alpha.
We'll see.
Enemies taking Alpha. Securing objective Charlie. We control 2 objectives.
Oh, that's a teammate.
Moving here.
Moving this way. Friendly UAV on Vehicle for the riot shield.
It always blows my mind that the big ticket items for sales and all have been the blueprints. And to a certain extent, I think like really intricate designed blueprints, there is a lot of value to that. But all the more reason those intricate blueprints should maintain if you change attachments. Otherwise, again, it's just such a piece of shit reward, dude. Why are people waste? Like, I don't get it, dude.
Get it back.
Moving here.
We're taking Bravo. We control Bravo. We're taking Alpha. Friendly UAV online. Enemies securing Charlie. We're losing Charlie. The enemy took Charlie. Enemy UAV.
Got your 6. Enemy contact.
The enemy is in disarray. Press the advantage. Enemy is taking Bravo. We're secured. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Securing objective Bravo. Muslim mastermind detected. We have secured the field. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, we'll just keep going. I'm gonna do 1 game of shipment, Russman, maybe 2, and then we'll like try out the builds. This gun's just ass. The build is ass. At least let's. Yeah, let's do 1 game of shipment, and then we'll come back and play 1 game of, or at least Russman, and then we'll come back and play 1 game of the thing. It's so sad too. It's so sad. Like, this isn't like the blueprint concept isn't something new to Modern Warfare 2019. It was there in Black Ops 4. And in Black Ops 4, the blueprints that you bought, or the like skins you got for the weapons, right? All the attachments, it applied to all the attachments. Like, you could change the attachments, and they were actually like interesting looking attachments variants. So like some of like the like muzzles or the like optics and all that or whatever it was, I can't remember what the attachments were on that game. They actually had interesting properties to them. Like designs. They literally regressed with the blueprints and all, and people just ate it up in this game, like since Modern Warfare 2019. And they were cool looking design like skins for those things. I mean, don't get me wrong, the designs of a lot of the blueprints in this game and the previous games and all have been stellar. They've been good. They've been good. And I'm not like one of those guys where like I only want to see milsim, nothing else. I'm not one of those guys, right? Like, I actually don't have a problem at all with like the cool looking skins and all. I actually enjoy that stuff in this game. Like, to me, COD has never been a milsim. Like, I can understand with the amount of attachments in this game, like why they can't like cater to every single like attachment build, right? But just look at what Battlefield does, okay? With the way they do the attachments. Like, there are some really intricate design attachments, that's the main blueprint. And then the rest of the attachments will have like a small element that ties it to the blueprint. Like, if the base color, like the main, like the primary color for the blueprint is gold, all the attachments will have a small gold element to tie it together. Something as simple as that, dude. Something as simple as that, and then it maintains the blueprint. How is there no like... Oh, it's so high up above it, dude. Why is it so high up? It should be right above the like piece, not like fucking... Placement of that dot is so stupid. Like, honestly, I do think, like, people who whine about the milsim shit in this game are just, like, genuine, like, they're just stupid. Like, just shut the fuck up about the milsim thing. If you like milsim stuff, there's plenty of milsim skins that you can use for yourself. Like, you shouldn't be, like, ruining the fun for other people. This is an arcade shooter. The fun stuff in the game and all the, like, cheeseball crap, it's meant to be there. It's not like, oh, it's trying to be like Fortnite and all. No, it's not. This is an arcade shooter. You're supposed to have all this garbage, like weird looking guns, weird looking operators and all that. There's nothing wrong with that. Half of the fucking crap you're using in this game, weaponry, equipment and all, they don't exist. It doesn't exist. It's not like based on any reality. Some of it is, a lot of it isn't. But that doesn't change the fact that, like, a lot of the blueprints and all are just gouging and, like, just trash, dude. Because, like, the minute you change it to, like, something that's actually useful, you're losing everything. So why are you wasting your money on that crap? Even the free stuff, it's like, why are you wasting your time on that, right? Like, this is definitely, like, a nice-looking blueprint, but it's ass as a weapon, dude. Like, even in shipment, it was like kind of a joke. It wasn't that great, dude. There are better guns that you can use in shipment. Better LMGs than this trash-ass build. I honestly don't understand. Like I said, I think when it's a really intricate design blueprint, I can see the value of selling that crap in the store, right? And a lot of the blueprints that they sell in the store actually look good and all. There's fun to be had with it, right? But camos are so much better. They're just so much better. Like, I would spend money on a camo. I'm not playing this map, dude. They better change that, otherwise I'm, like, backing out, dude. Garbage guns are gonna be useless on this map. I would rather, okay, I genuinely would rather them not put the filler trash in the, like, bundles. Charge the same amount. Charge 2,400 coppers. I don't care. But make it so, like, the blueprints are, like, you can interchange the attachments. Dude, look how many fucking things I have to back out just to, like, back out of this crap, dude. How many fucking, like, UI elements I had to back out just to back out of that fucking stupid, like, playlist. Honestly, I wouldn't mind not having a lot of that filler trash, like the charms and the calling cards and all. And I bet they put that trash in because, you know, there's no effort to, like, make that. But I would rather, way rather, like, the blueprints at least maintain it so when I change my attachments around, it looks okay. It looks good. I have no interest in buying, like, the only valuable thing in a bundle for me, in a first-person shooter for a lot of people, are the weaponry, right? The blueprints. And as I've said, dude, stop. Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, fuck, they're gonna try to dump me in that fucking same playlist, man. And when the like most valuable item has no value when you start changing around attachments to like actually compete in this game. Like where like you have there are very specific attachments you need. It makes it so valueless, dude. A good-looking operator, fine. I know there are people who like that, so I don't have an issue with that as an item, right? But the blueprints, just put some extra time into it, man. It's not our fault that you made the game with a billion attachments that all do practically the same thing, but there's only a handful of them that are actually good. You know? It's not our fault. It's their fault that they fucking filled up the game with all sorts of trash like that.
Taking the lead.
To the ground!
And yet we're the ones punished if we want to spend money in this game. For preferring a build that you're not bothered.
Friendly UAV online.
This fire damage does no flinch or what? I thought it would at least that much.
Friendly care package on the way.
Destroy the target.
See, look at the time to kill on this. It's so trash, dude. I had first shots there, dude, and I still lost the gunfight. I didn't miss.
Enemy down!
Friendly bomb drone is online.
Reloading! Incoming! Go for counter UAV, marking coordinates.
Copy. Counter UAV.
1-1 requesting recon at this time.
UAV is on station. Recon online. Friendly UAV online. UAV down. Recon is offline.
Destroy the target.
Friendly UAV.
Do I? Oh my god, I know why I'm making so much fucking. I need to change my loadout. I've got my shipment loadout nonsense going on. Dude, what the fuck was that? Massive amount of packet bus.
1-1 requesting recon at this time.
Copy. UAV is on station. Recon online. Friendly care package in the AO.
I mean, that was actually kind of useful. Like, you could aim down sights, so you don't, like, lose that ADS speed when you're sliding around. It was actually useful. I think the Ninja Vest will come in clutch with the LMGs. Once they add that. Use the Ninja Vest and then the tactical pads. Shit, that'll be a good combo.
Maintain the lead.
Moving to my mark.
Hostiles deployed a mosquito. Friendly Guardian inbound.
The sad thing about, like, my negative thoughts about this game is actually this has probably been one of the best, like, multiplayer games in a very long time. In reality, when you break it down, this game is probably one of the best, like, Modern Warfare, like, iterations we've had in a very, very long time. The reason it falls apart is because of, like, so many things that have just fucking compounded over the years. Like, I actually think, like, Infinity Ward really fucked shit up, like, massively. And unfortunately, a lot of the games after that suffered for Infinity Ward's mistakes, even though Infinity Ward sold.
Mosquito active.
Yeah, dude, that combo, dude. The Ninja Vest and the freaking tactical shoes, tactical boots, that's gonna be a killer combo for LMGs. That'll actually be a killer combo.
Mission's complete. Good work.
Because that will allow you to move around and still, like, be able to ADS without, like, so much of a penalty. Because you'll be able to pre-aim while you're sliding in, right? Like, you'll be able to get those pre-aims or, like, ADS, aim down sights while you're sliding around. People have been scared of the, like, Ninja Vest, but it's gonna open up so much, like, interesting possibilities as far as gameplay goes in the game. That actually might make LMGs fun in this game, like, so you can move around and enjoy yourself and not be, like, so heavily penalized. So yeah, that's the blueprint, the way you get it, and with mastery camos. As much as I'm bitching it out, the build is probably decent for vehicle takedown. That's it, though, right? Like, and honestly. Let's be real. So what I've decided to do with the first build is we're going to do a modified build. We're going to take out what I don't like about it, the incendiary rounds, and we're going to add the couple of like open slot attachments and try to make a more viable build. Now I've already tried this out, so I can already tell you this is a more consistent build than the build you get with the blueprint, and you maintain the visuals so nicely. Stereo 45 Sky Fury compensator, we're keeping that. We're keeping the 150 round drum. What we've added is the Conqueror 70 long barrel. Like, it's nice that this barrel just extends the barrel and doesn't remove the entire front of the gun, like some of the barrels with the ARs and all, right? So that's nice. Maintain. The DR6 hand stop for a little additional movement. And then the slate reflector. So this is a modified build, but it's not going to fix like some of the underlying issues with this build. You're still going to be very slow with your movement speed and all that nonsense, but at least you'll have a clean line of sight. You're not sacrificing whatever you're sacrificing with that incendiary round nonsense. And this will allow for a little better movement and better consistency across the various ranges. So let's go ahead and jump in and try it out. Hopefully I don't get crapped on after because the first game I tried with the build, it felt good. If I do badly with it, it's still a better build than the crap that I've been using for the blueprint. And at least this, like I said, this one at least maintains the blueprint pretty well. Let's be realistic here. Let me just show one thing with my complaints, right? Here, this magazine attachment, all it is a metallic blue. That's all it is. There's nothing special about this magazine attachment other than the metallic blue paint job. If they had just made all the ammunition types with this blueprint, that metallic blue, that same metallic blue, and the black little ring thing, whatever, that's all. Nothing massive here. You would have been able to maintain the blueprint and lose that attachment and adjust it, right? Same applies to like the optic, dude. Like, just make a red optic or something, or red and white, some little mixture, just something, anything, a little bit, something. So you can throw on any optic on there and it'll look good with it. Instead of this like default trash. It wouldn't have been much effort. It just wouldn't have been much effort to do some of this stuff. Like I said, with some of the like store bundle blueprints and all that, it makes sense, right? Like there's intricate designs to the blueprints, right? But you can still do something small to tie in the other attachments to the blueprint so you can change things around. Okay? I don't want to sing like Battlefield praises or anything like that because it's nothing special that they did with their thing. In fact, it's kind of like the bare bone minimum. But I just bought a recent bundle in that thing, and the blueprint, the optic was really fancy, right? Like the scope was really fancy. But all the alternative scopes had like that gold ring around it or had a small gold touch to it, even though it looked like the default optic. And that tied it back to the blueprint. So even though you were changing the optic that was very intricately designed for the blueprint, right? You could still change the optics to anything you wanted or were more comfortable with. And it's still tied in towards the visuals of the blueprint without being ultra intricate with each optic. There's a very basic adjustment, just a small little gold hints here and there to tie into the like color scheme of the blueprint. And you did lose that intricate like optic that you like kind of bought into with the blueprint. But at least you could change things around and it's still tied together like reasonably well. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Moving here.
Dude, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, the ninja like vest and the tactical pads, That's just gonna be a killer move for the like LMG gameplay.
Friendly cluster mine planted.
This used to explode, if I'm not mistaken. This used to explode in the original. I can't remember clearly, but I think it did. Oh my god, what a throw. Oh god. I'll take that on.
Enemy UAV active. Hostile UAV in the area. Friendly Mosquito active. Friendly UAV online. Counter UAV is active. Copy. UAV is on station. Recon online.
This is actually a crazy build, dude. It's a pretty good build.
You're halfway to mission complete. Finish it.
Lose the like magazine attachment, throw on like an underbarrel that helps with the recoil a little bit more, and this will be like a laser.
Mission time is half complete. Secure the victory.
Dude, I dazed out. Yeah, oh man. Every time I like fucking do my little nonsense, slide nonsense, I'm thinking, man, can't wait. Can't wait for that ninja tactical pad. I mean, tactical boot combo.
Enemy UAV active. Hostile
Same build.
Moving here.
Friendly Mosquito active. Hostile missile. Hostile cruise missile.
I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to climb on that ladder.
Friendly counter UAV is online. Friendly UAV on station. Friendly customer deployed.
Oh my god, okay.
Friendly remote turret deployed.
This guy in the back, man. Teammate, get him, man. No, that was bad. Anyway, I don't think I went in the positive. I'm not sure. But this is more consistent. It's easier to use. Didn't go positive at all. It's still a better build. So yeah, this is just a modified build. If I had to change anything, I would probably change the compensator and the magazine. They're both garbage. They're both useless shit, dude. Like, you don't need this crap. You could go something else with it and do something else with the magazine for sure. You don't need this much ammunition. It's just holding you back massively with it. But then you lose elements of the blueprint. All right, for this next build, we'll try out my build. Honestly, I've tried out this build. It's not particularly good. So I don't think it's great or anything. But slate reflector, TV ballast stock, FSS combat grip, Bruin heavy support grip, and the Shadow Strike support, Shadow Strike suppressor. And I've thrown a camo on it to clean it up a little bit, because you do lose the blueprint a little bit when you don't have a camo. It looks good with this camo. I mean, think about this also. With this particular blueprint, it's so basic, right? You just remove the boys logo, that boys trash that is just a promotional garbage on the blueprint. And then this could have been just a universal camo. You could have just stuck this onto any weapon, any build, and it would have played out the same visually. There's nothing like massively complex with this blueprint design that couldn't have been a universal camo had they just put that effort in. I'm not playing this. I mean, the back portion of any weapon with that red and white stripes, and then the front portion, barrel and all, and the like magazine attachment have the metallic blue. Could have been a universal camo. It would have been better. It would have been a much better looking camo. So why was it tied to a blueprint, honestly? Like, there's nothing unique visually going on. Like, that's, like, I think when you say a blueprint, right? When you, like, talk about a blueprint, let's see, even this could have just been a Campbell. Trying to find something that actually looks like an interesting blueprint design. I actually really like this one. I like this, but even this could have been a camo, honestly. Let's be real. What I'm talking about when I say something like intricate design blueprint, let's see if we can find one that actually could have just is more valuable as a blueprint and not a camo. Even this could have been a camo, dude. Could have been a camo. Well, this one at least has some elements that are like unique attachment-wise. Tactical-looking skins. There are tactical-looking skins. There are. I went on a rant about that. I have no issues with, like, you know, it's an arcade game. This is not a milsim. I don't have issues with it being kind of like out there, design-wise, for either skins or blueprints. That's not an issue with me. In fact, I like a lot of the out there skins. I like the Spawn skin. I like all that. I mean, I guess the nice thing about this blueprint is this camo coverage. The fact that you can do something unique with it to make it like different is there's a lot of value to, I guess, that. Like, this looks cool. This looks really good. Like the mixture, definitely. Oh, yeah. Dude, that was stupid of me.
Hostile mosquito is online. Hostile UAV in the area.
Enemy movement in the AO.
Friendly UAV online.
On your six! Enemy UAV active. On your six!
The enemy holds the lead. Clock's ticking. Enemy is gaining ground. Push them back. Hostile UAV in the area.
Hey.
Friendly mosquito deployed.
I just when I fucking turned.
Hostile mosquito is online. UAV active. Hostile deployed a mosquito.
Moving here.
Seconds remain. Mission failed. Return to base.
Like there was a bundle like that meets what like I was explaining like back in like Cold War, there was like a dragon kind of like design to the blueprint. It was like the Krieg 6 blueprint for like, and it had like this kind of dragon and all that. And when you like held it, it had like an animation and all. And I'll give the when there's actually interesting camo coverage, I guess there is some value to having kind of these interesting like blueprint elements. But still, most of them don't have good camo coverage, and even in this case, the camo coverage for mastery camos and all stuff that you'd want to showcase isn't particularly good with it. So it's not like they did a good job here, but I mean, at least here and here it looks good, right? Some of them do. All right, for this last build, we're going to try out a guest build, and today's guest is Hero. He's a content creator and streamer. I don't have any connection to him whatsoever, but he does often put out like build videos and stuff like that. Sometimes they're good, sometimes, I don't know, depends, I guess, on what your usage of it is. And this is actually a recent video of his. He put one utilizing this blueprint itself. So he does maintain the blueprint very nicely, but made some adjustments. So he's got the Conqueror 70 long barrel. He's the one who gave me the idea for like the barrel at least. The other stuff I used in the modified build was my idea, but the Conqueror was thanks to him. And it does actually add value to the build, I think. The VT7 Spitfire Suppressor L. The DR6 hand stop. 45 round mag, and the FSS combat grip. So let's try it out. He's basically made it into an AR. It's not really an LMG anymore, but yeah, let's go ahead and try it out. See, in this case, like, what would it have been to just maybe even just the bottom of the magazine have the like metallic blue? So most of this magazine could have been black. Just the bottom like end bit is the metallic blue, just to tie it into the blueprint. At least this magazine looks decent. And this camo coverage looks good on it, right? I actually really like this one, but I don't have it unlocked. This makes it look like a fire blueprint. That looks really good. But yeah, I'll need to unlock that in zombies, I guess. So we'll go with this one. And mind you, like the camo coverage and stuff, we had to fight them for it sometimes. Like the entire Vanguard year, most of the blueprints didn't have good camo coverage. It just took over the whole blueprint, making the blueprints even less valuable. And considering the fact that, like, man, I don't want to play this map. Considering the fact that, like, attachments change the visual so much of the blueprint, the least they should be doing is at least making good camo coverage so you can clean up that ugliness when you do make adjustments to blueprints. But yeah, like, it's just like all these complaints and all, it's just not me trying to be like a dick about it. It's just like, this is what makes blueprints so low tier a reward. Even this really cool, intricate design could have been a camo. Universal camo. There's no reason that had to be locked behind like then. Same with this, could have been a camo. If they had just put time into making the universal camo, same with this. Is there any blueprint in the store right now that actually has unique design element to it? Hey, Cutlet, buzz off. Yeah, oh my God.
Team deathmatch. Kill them all.
Dude, I might actually fully swap up, man, because I do this nonsense fucking sliding to move around a lot. Did they kill this guy or what?
Friendly UAV online.
Oh god. Ooh. Miss fucking Cutlet! How you doing, Miss Cutlet? No, I knew I shouldn't have done that. But like, I didn't want to push because enemy was... There. I screwed over with some of my shots, man. No way.
Mission complete. Finish it. Standing by. Copy. Counter UAV on station. Running. Copy. UAV orbiting the AO. Recon is online. Counter UAV destroyed. UAV is being refueled. RTB at this time.
No, I got greedy with that one. No way.
Enemy operator.
Dude, I don't have dive on my thing. Why does he dive?
Minute remaining.
flipped.
30 seconds left.
I took myself out. I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna die to this nonsense.
The mission is complete. Good work.
Dog shit connection, but actually like pulled off. Dude, honestly, like my first take, both my build and this build, man, I got absolutely trashed on. Like the time to kill was way off. Way off. And then this game that had so much more lag than the like game that in my first take, right? Where I played with this. Well, I did multiple takes. It would have been like my third take or some shit. I don't even know. And yet the time to kill on this was like now amazing. Like very consistent. Dude, I'm telling you, the server and the connections in this game are bullshit. Actual bullshit. It's a good build. It was actually a good build, like in this game at least. In the first take, I was hating it because the time to kill was so bad. But in this game, the time to kill felt consistent and good, and I was able to stretch my ranges out with it, and all that is good. So I'll link Hero's channel in the description if you guys want to check it out. Check him out. I do recommend him as a content creator. I don't know him personally or anything like that. So, like even my build, like I don't think my build was particularly great. Like it needs improvement for sure. But like I was getting more consistent like gunfights when I played this take than the previous take. Like it was way more consistent. And also the enemies weren't half as shady. I think I was getting matched up with some hackers in the first take that really pissed me off. But I don't know. Maybe it's just shit networking in this game. Which is very likely the possibility also. The boys' special blueprint for the TAQ Eradicator from the third event of Season 1's Boys Collab, the Boys Supe Siege, or whatever, I don't know, whatever. The Supe Siege event. Played with, inarguably did not enjoy. Been contemplating fucking throwing these fucking blueprint streams in the bin and stop doing this trash because of this blueprint, and not just this blueprint, but just generally blueprints in this game in its entirety. I mean, a lot of my criticisms and all that I've been moaning and groaning, just having two good games at the end doesn't change the fact that all of that stuff is true, what I said, and it is facts that these are like just garbage rewards. Without question, this... Let's first just break down one element to this that even in the like event stream it pissed me off. Why did they have to have the boys logo on there, on this particular blueprint? This blueprint would have looked so much cleaner and better without having that boys logo there. Sticking that boys logo doesn't necessarily tie this blueprint to the event. The red, white, and blue color scheme and design element to it is what ties it to the event and the boys theme. Having that boys logo is just a shitty little promotion for the show. Don't get me wrong, I love the boys show and all, I do like it. But in the end of the day, that's just an ad. That's just an ad, and that's why it's there. This blueprint would have been a better blueprint without that, and it would have like been a nicer design. It just would have been. Like, all the elements to this like blueprint would have been a little bit better had they not thrown that boys logo there. It just would have been. Having the boys logo doesn't necessarily ruin the blueprint. I'm not saying that. But it is, in the end of the day, just an ad for the, like, it's just there because it's an ad. That's all it is, right? And that's true to all the like blueprint and the rewards that we've been getting for this event, the camos at least. I honestly haven't bothered looking at the smaller rewards, but all the like big rewards and all, they've just felt like promotional ads for the show more than just a nice item that ties the show, and like, as opposed to the items feeling like just a collab item that ties the show to the like game, it feels more like just an ad for the show and nothing else. Cutlet, get out of there, man. Cutlet. Don't give me this shit, Miss Cutlet. That being said, though, I do like the visuals of this blueprint. But what I said about it being just potentially, this could have just been a universal camo and not tied to a blueprint is true also. This design could have been just a wrap for any weapon and it would have still looked good the way it does, like the way it's designed. There was no reason that it needed to be tied to a blueprint, right? So now let's just look at the blueprint as far as attachments go. This build was awful for like normal maps in 6v6. Normal maps. In shipment, it played out okay. It worked. Like anything works in shipment, and having like a huge 150 round drum, no matter how bad the build, is going to get you kills, right? In shipment. So yeah, okay, fine. Shipment, it works out. But for normal 6v6 like play, it's just kind of a rubbish build. But we'll give it at least the benefit of the doubt that this potentially could be your build to take down streaks. I don't know exactly the meta build for the streak takedown, but this works out. This works out fine for streak takedown, and it works out well for streaks, removing streaks out of the sky, big ones. Like I tried to take out a UAV. I don't know if I did it in this take or the previous take. I think it was the previous take. With UAVs, it wasn't, I guess it was good enough, but you probably want to use some other weaponry. But for like VTOLs and the choppers, it did kind of melt them reasonably fast that you could take them out in a decent manner with this weapon. So I guess it's nice to have just kind of a pre-made build with this blueprint and be like, oh yeah, let's throw on the like boys special whenever we need to take out a streak, and then we'll remove it because at least the attachments fit for that nonsense. The event wasn't horrible, actually. The joke is the event was fine. Like the challenges and all were like pretty simple to do. So like I knocked them out reasonably fast, like really fast, in fact, without even trying. So earning the reward wasn't a big deal. And out of the 3 rewards, I've said this in the previous stakes, I'll say it again, this is probably the better looking reward. As far as like usability and like actual value, I think the camo is always going to beat like a blueprint. That's just the way it is, because you can use the camos on any which way you want build wise. Yeah, I just don't like blueprints anymore. I don't. Like, it's just really annoying to deal with. You need to like keep your fingers crossed that camo coverage on them are good, because you know you're going to change attachments, and the minute you do it, it's going to look not great with a different attachment. So you're hoping you can clean it up with camo coverage and still maintain the blueprint's visuals. This would have been so much better universal camo. Just stop this blueprint trash, man. Just give us universal camos. Enough with this blueprint garbage, man, honestly. I was trying to look for a blueprint that is visually like different enough that merits it being a blueprint, right? But not even one of them in the store I could find that was like, yeah, this might not, it might have, it's a better blueprint than a universal skin. So far, all of this crap is like, yeah, this could have just been a universal skin. I'm looking for a mastercraft, because usually mastercrafts tend to like be like something out there blueprint wise. Do they have mastercrafts in this game? I don't know. I don't even want to look for it, man. Forget it, man. Who gives a shit? So I mean, I'm not going to repeat all my criticisms for blueprints and this game and all that. It's all like, I'm not even going to be like, man, I was being salty. This is something that's been going on in my head for like a while now. It's the reason I don't want to cover blueprints anymore, because I actually think they're a really shitty reward, the way they have them here. I think the builds have been garbage most of the time. Sometimes they're interesting, sometimes it's a surprise, yay. But I honestly don't care. Like, who cares, man? That surprise is not a big deal. I'll still probably not use it. It's like, oh yeah, it was good. I was actually able to get through this blueprint stream without like hitting my head on a table because it's such a garbage shit, right? That's usually the surprise. It's such a basic criticism, right? Like, when you break it down, right? Like when you break down all these blueprints and you're like, yeah, these could have just been camos. They could have just been camos. These could have just been universal camos. And I get the fact that some of them are quite intricate designs and stuff like that. But if you code your game in right, you can do these intricate designs as camos. Like, I'm not saying this like Halo is the better choice and all, but it's interesting how like Halo does code in their weaponry, and like, to be fair, their weaponry is kind of like, it's kind of a set like thing, right? So it's like you can't really change attachments, you can't really do this and that or the other. It's kind of like the base model. But then they've kind of coded in certain sections as X, Y, Z. Like, so this top area is this color coded, this thing. So when you apply codings to them, you can have kind of like interesting coding designs like this, right? Like something like this. Well, yeah, well, something like that. Not that. That's not what I was talking about. Dude, why does this? Every time I back out into the storefront, it needs to load this whole thing. There's one I was looking at that had, not this one. God, man, dude, I don't even know. It all just looks like shit to me. I think this one is it. Okay, so say this, right? So it would recognize this part of the gun and that part of the gun as one color code. So you have that like bronze look. And then this part of the top gun is another section for the silver code, like the coding, right? And then this area might be a little different, like might be a small accent like markers, right? So they've coded the guns like that, right? So when you apply a universal coding on any weaponry, it knows where to place these sections on any weapon and any like thing, right? So like they know, okay, this section of the gun should always have that bronze look. This section should always have that metallic look, and this section will have the accents, and then X, Y, Z. And they have like multiple like palettes. So like there are actually more than just 3 layers. It's like multi-layered for the weapon. So you can get more intricate with the design to the like coatings, right? If you did that for like, that wouldn't be hard to code for even Modern Warfare weapons, where you've like broken down the weaponry into certain sections for the coatings, right? And then by doing so, you can go with the more intricate design coatings and have them universal. And it would apply to weaponry no matter like what attachments and how you're building it. Because it knows these sections need to look like this and these sections need to look like that. So there's that. Okay, that's one way of coding in multi-core, like multi-coatings or universal coatings that will apply to all weaponry, right? Then the other thing is the way they've done it here, where it sort of just covers everything, and then there are better ways of coding weapons where you can basically do this, all these blueprints that they have, all this trash they have in the game, and they can still maintain visuals, is my point. And still maintain visuals. So maybe you buy a blueprint, but it knows this element of the like magazine attachment should reflect this main color or something like that. So it applies it, intelligently to all the attachments. So even though like the attachments might not have the fancy, super fancy design of the actual blueprint with the correct attachments, this is how like Battlefield codes in there, like weaponry. They have the main skin. They have the unique attachments that are tied to that skin that have like unique looking properties to it. And then there are elements to all the attachments that are coded in. So this is not as complex as the Halo's coding in, but it is potentially another way of coding in weapon skins or blueprints where you can maintain visuals while changing attachments. And not necessarily like, so some of the attachments that are unique to the blueprint might have a very intricate design to them, but all the attachments will still tie into that blueprint. Cutlet, get out of there. Cutlet. Come on. Cutlet, come on. Come here. Miss Cutlet. I love you, Miss Cutlet. The best. Like, dude, it shouldn't be for me to tell you or tell the developers how poorly designed and how fucking scammy this shit is, realistically. Like, when they say, like, no, it's really difficult to do this stuff, like, there's so many attachments, it would be very difficult to maintain the blueprint. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. We're not saying to make every attachment like the intricate design for the blueprint, but some form of like connective tissue towards the blueprint and the color palette. And so you change things around, it still looks good, is a basic request. And then top that off, like I said, if they wanted to put the extra effort, you could definitely maintain blueprint and have extremely high quality, like universal camos for blueprints and weapons and stuff like that. And it would apply very easily to all weapons and designs. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the new universal camos have been very impressive, and they've been definitely knocking it out of the park, pushing the boundaries forward. That being said, though, there's definitely still like bullshit going on. There's still a lot of bullshit going on, the way they're like pushing blueprints and the way they're still getting away with the crap they are getting away with for no reason. I don't want to keep going on about it because I've gone on long enough, and it took me long enough to get like gameplay for this trash blueprint, which honestly does feel like a promotional item and not really like something unique, interesting for the game. Why is that fucking Boys logo there, dude? I get it. It's the Boys collab. I get it. But you don't need to like paste the advertisement on the one reward that I've earned for myself, dude. Just remove that Boys logo and just let it be the red, white, and blue, and it would have been understandable, and it would have been a cool looking blueprint. It would have been a shit build still. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah. A lot of venting in this stream, I guess. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my streams if you haven't already. And Season 2 will be coming along soon. We'll be back at this crap soon enough. I still like the game. The venting isn't me disliking the game. I said this also in the beginning, like during the rant. Like, in my opinion, this is probably one of the best games we've had in a very long time. Like, in my genuine opinion, there's so much to love about this game. As a content creator, there's so much content in here to like showcase, right? Like, they're doing cool rewards, they're doing blueprints, they're doing aftermarket parts, there's events out of the wazoo, they're doing limited time modes, they're doing cool maps, they're doing so much more than any other COD has ever done. And they're doing it well. It's just that so much of the shit that has like festered for the last 4 years, it becomes easy to overlook the brilliance of this game. Is the sad part about this game. And honestly, I think the distaste for this particular game and the hate for Call of Duty, although like Sledgehammer's getting the brunt of it because like anything they post, any like update they try to make, it gets shit on, right? In reality, it's not Sledgehammer's fault for like, it's this, like I said, it's the stuff that's been festering from 2019. honestly, it's a lot of the shit like Infinity Ward like implemented into the game, and Activision kind of pushed marketing wise for it and all that. I want to blame Activision fully, but a lot of the trash concepts that are like, why did you go this route? It's genuinely anti-consumer. What implemented during Infinity Ward's kind of bullshit, both in 2019 and 2022. And then it's sort of kind of like just compounded because of the success of Warzone and stuff like that. It's not Sledgehammer's fault. Like, Sledgehammer has knocked this game out of the park. It'd be very nice. There are issues with the game where like I'm like the anti-cheat needs to be fixed, this, that, and the other, right? The network, the servers need to be better because it's fucking trash servers. But that's not Sledgehammer's fault, man. This game's actually brilliant. It's, like I said, just a lot of the old issues that COD's been still pushing forward with and not bothering to fix and not bothering to change and being hell-bent on being the absolute greediest shits on the planet while being the most conjuice fuckers as far as, like, you know, quality of life, players' quality of life stuff, right? Absolute greed with the store, absolute greed with the way they like handle the blueprints and shit like that, and being not like pushing better options for the player bases, which I've been ranting about, and being absolutely cheap with not funding better servers so like the gameplay is better across the board, being absolutely cheap, not tackling hackers in a better way, but just letting it run rampant. I'm sure that like Ricochet team and all are working hard and all. I'm not blaming them either. But more needs to be done. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my old streams if you haven't already. It genuinely is so like unfortunate that I have such a distaste for this game because it's actually good. It is actually good. It's just so much other shit's like ruined it. And it's really not the game's fault. Take care. Bye. I say it's not the game's fault, but it is also a lot of the elements in the game that hasn't been fixed or bettered that is also partially problematic. But those are old systems that have carried forward.